At ASH 2025 in Orlando, Florida, we are presenting several studies. One of them we have an oral presentation for is the ReKInDLE study. This study is based on the Iberdomide, one of the new cell mod drugs. And it's also given in combination on this ReKInDLE study in combination with Carfilzomib, Daratumumab, and Dexamethasone. So it's similar to the advanced study that we presented at ASCO of 2025. In the advanced study, we used Daratumumab with ReKInDLE. Here we do Daratumumab with ReKInDLE, so Revlimid has been replaced by Iberdomide. So the rationale behind this idea was that if you give ReKInDLE, you can have, say, 60% or so MRD negativity rates, and you can give patient eventually maintenance therapy that could be just single drug of lenalidomide. So if patient many years later relapse, it wouldn't make sense to use Revlimid for the next line of therapy. But what about reusing the Carfilzomib and Daratumumab and Dexamethasone that worked so well for many patients in the advanced study? So that led us to develop the ReKInDLE study, so replacing Revlimid for Iberdomide. So reusing 3 drugs and changing the one that the patient relapsed off. And what we show here is that it's a study that's a phase 2 study that's open for any prior dealer's choice newly diagnosed treatment. So you don't have to give ReKInDLE to be eligible. You can give KOD or VOD or VOD. It's open for any of those combinations or any other therapy as well. But patients that go on have to have 1 to 3 prior lines of therapy. And so that means that some patients have even had a second or even a third relapse. And what we show here is that the MRD negativity rate, 10 to minus 5, is 71%. So it's even higher than we saw with ReKInDLE in the newly diagnosed setting, which is remarkable. So of course, we are wondering what would have happened if we gave this regimen for newly diagnosed patients. Would that be even higher? I also think for context, to have a therapy that can give you MRD negativity 10 to minus 5 in 71% of patients, 1 to 3 prior lines, that is definitely at the same level as the bispecific antibodies. So you have another alternative. So if you're looking at using teclistamab with Daratumumab, which is what the MajesTEC-3 study is presenting here at this ASH meeting, very impressive results. This ReKInDLE study has very similar results, very, very, very efficacious. We give 8 cycles of this therapy, followed by oral Iberdomide, and the study has 3 years built in, but there will be the plan is to have an extension for compassionate use afterwards. So that's another option. It's good to have options.